In a confrontation that happened between the NDPP and NPP supporters of 24 Ndpp-Npp Assembly constituency on Thursday, both the parties have issued their side of the story. The NPP candidate S. Mokokchung, who was reportedly present at the time of the incident, said that physical assault started from the opposite side, which later turned into stone pelting. He defended the blank shot firing by his bodyguard by saying that he would have been seriously injured if that was not done. While claiming that the pictures and videos circulating in social media are wrong, he said that the gypsy that reportedly met an accident was actually toppled.
Videos being spread around in the social media where they are accusing me of doing some certain things, like, attacking a group. I just want to make certain things clear. First of all, I really condemn whatever happened today. The incident that was there, that was uncalled for. What happened was, this morning I came from the village, since I'm staying in the village right now. I came up to Mokokchung for some work, and on the way I heard certain issues with regards to not allowing my supporters to stay in the village where I was staying. But I thought that would be fine, it won't be an issue. Then I reached Mokokchung. After staying in Mokokchung for about an hour before I could complete my work, I heard that all of them are leaving the village and they are coming up. So I went down. On my way, just myself, it was just myself, okay, one car. On the way, Yesemyong. Over there, I met my supporters. So I went down, there were quite a number of them, few vehicles were there. So I went down, I went with my two bodyguards that were given to me, allotted to me. And then on the other side, the opposite party was there. So I went down, one of the leader was Yung Tumjin. I met him, we had a very cordial talk. We said, it's not right. So you guys also, you go back, we also will go up. Actually, they had, from my village till Yesemyong is about 4 kilometers. So they had chased them all the way till there. So after reaching that particular point, they stopped there, then the arguments were going on. That was the time when I reached the spot. So I told him also, look, let's not create any problems. So that discussion was going on and it was coming to, quite a good understanding. But my supporters, their supporters, they started giving verbal, exchanges were there. And in this exchange, we tried to pacify them. I told them to go up. I was the only candidate. I was the one only. So I was there personally. Then, in this commotion, from their side, there was one person called Akamuapang, which was allotted to me. 2 of them are there. One was on the right side. So when this was going, a lot of stone was being thrown. I was to the side, and then when he saw that I was, problems might be there, safety was there, so he gave blank shots in the air. He gave around, when I asked him, he said it was around 6. During that shot, for a few seconds, they all dispersed. And during that small few seconds that they dispersed, the other bodyguard came and took me. And he said, it's not the right place, let's go, because I was in the middle of what was going on. I was not in the sides or anywhere, I was not in the backside, I was just in front, and in front of me only this person came and started assaulting the other supporters, and then in this commotion all this happened. So what is being circulated in the social media is completely wrong. They're saying that I fired. It was my personal security guard who blank fired in the air just to create, to let this commotion, to get me out of danger. Because if that did not happen, lots of stones would have come in, and definitely I would have got hurt. So to protect me, this is what my bodyguard.
Meanwhile, the NDPP media cell 24 Ndpp-Npp Assembly constituency in a press release stated that party workers of NDPP candidate Ndpp-Npp were subjected to gunshots while travelling from Mokokchung village to Mokokchung town. The incident happened between the Surangman and Yesemyong area on February 23rd. Narrating the first-hand report, Mokokchung Longkamer and NDPP party workers said that as they were making their way to Mokokchung town from Mokokchung village around noon when a group of persons seated in their respective vehicles belonging to the supporters of NPP candidate S. Mokokchung intercepted the vehicles from both ends of the road and started pelting stones. The situation further escalated into the NPP party workers firing 4 shots at them. He claimed that in the ensuing confrontation, several party workers of Ndpp sustained injuries. He also said that the statement of a news reporter that the bodyguard of a candidate exited from his car and fired blank shots is not true. On the contrary, the situation that started from stone pelting from the NPP party workers escalated into the NPP party workers firing shots at the supporters of Ndpp candidate, Longkumar added.
Like how they're showing the media that I was the one who was firing at them, and then the gypsy, of course the gypsy got damaged, and it could be during the stone pelting. That I can say that, because everyone was throwing stones from all different angles. Thank God that I did not get hurt only. Otherwise, that was how the things happened. And my driver, when we said, he could not turn around, so back only he went, quite for a long distance, then only he turned and then we came up. So we came up to this Lunggung junction. Their observers were there. So I stopped, I told the observers, this is what is happening down there. So something has to be taken, something should be done. So they said, they'll go down and they'll see what is going to happen, they'll see what the situation is like. So even as we did not go, we were waiting in the junction for a very long time, and only after that we went down. Then they told us also that the SP is coming down, so we waited for SP to come down also. SP took my statement also. I said the same thing, because what they're saying is I was the one who started everything. They even said they were in the middle, and my group was from the behind and front. My supporters were leaving the village because they were made to leave the village. They had no other way to go, so they were going, how can there be those behind them? They were leaving, why did they come so far away from the village, kill that area? So it's very clear from the incident that what they're saying is wrong, and what really happened is not as what they say, but it happened because I was there. And it happened when their side started assaulting. Then after that the stone pelting began. And if suppose my bodyguard did not fire those blank rounds, I would have been seriously injured, because the amount of stones that were flying in was quite heavy. It was there on the road itself. So the question of they saying that I'm the one doing it is very wrong, and that's not right. In fact, if need be, I'll give complaint against them, because these statements that they're making are very wrong. So I just wanted to make it clear to all of you, to the people in Nagaland also, because right now they've made me the bad person, which is not the right way of doing things. It's politics, right? But what is right has to be said. We cannot deviate from the truth. So I just wanted to clarify that to the press, so that, the people also hear what I'm trying to say. People know the fact, not just some videos that are being taken by them and then circulated around, and then thinking that to be the fact of the matter. So that's the fact. So I just wanted to tell you all that this is what happened. That was toppled. The driver could not go in because there was so much of commotion. So unfortunately the car was left, and the driver of the car had to sit in another car and came, and then by the time we could not go because the whole crowd was there, that time they toppled it. So it's not an accident. It was toppled, and the police also came and said, it's very clear, this is not an accident. So I just wanted to make it, My supporters are from different parts of the state, in the sense Dimapur and Kohima and all. So we had gathered together to stay in one particular place. Now what happened was, even the council, they came down and said, no, you cannot group together. It's not a Kimen. It's just where I'm staying, we are trying to, gather them together, because we can't go everywhere. We want to group together and stay, at least for the elections. So now they came and they said, you cannot stay. That was the time when I was coming up here. I told him not to panic. Whatever is going to happen, I'll come down, we'll talk to them. But the council, they came, that's what they told me. They said that you cannot stay like this, you have to disperse. And then if you don't do this, then the youth of the village will come and do whatever necessary that action that will be taken. That was what they told me.